Better hurry, spark it open, no worries. Harmonious gang with the big bro Yuriy, hyphy. Get lit just like me, big bossed up, chop it up with Rylee. You better come with it to kick rocks, cause you now tuned in to 10 Talks. Now let's get lifted and take a shot. You are now tuned in to 10 Talks.
Boom, boom, boom. All right. Cheers. Oh, this is warm and non-carbonated now.
Yeah, mine's hella watered down.
Oof. All
Barely
right.
have any sugar.
Boom. Thank you so much to everyone that has joined another extravagant episode of that's how I used to title the 10 Talks or whatever. I forgot. Yeah, I used to actually used to do the descriptions, but I no longer do it. But I actually used to write "Welcome to another amazing" or "extravagant" or like some amazing word, something like that. But either way, welcome to another episode of 10 Talks, episode 85.
We're almost 100.
I know, and wait, don't push the chair accidentally with your feet. But yeah,
already on my ass.
I was thinking about that too the other day when I was working on like getting some of the stuff downloaded or whatever. I was like, dude, like we're really on episode 85, like each one being at least minimum an hour long. You know, some of them we've done like 1 or 2 episodes where they've been 3 hours actually, and then we've done a lot of 2-hour episodes. I'm just like, bro, it's so much talking, like this is insane.
I know. Sometimes I feel like I haven't grown as much. Like I feel like I kind of am at the same place as where we started. But then like when I go back, sometimes I'm like, damn.
No, yeah.
I have gotten a lot better.
Exactly.
In some ways.
I was thinking about doing this the other day, and I forgot to do it, and I forgot to bring up the idea too. But I want to make a little edit together, and just like, even though should we wait till 100? I feel like I don't even want to wait till 100. I feel like I want to make a little compilation showing like
wait till 100.
To show the progress of just like, you know, from episode 1 to 25, then 50, then 75, then 100, you know, like, or just like, you know, jump through certain episodes to show like exactly, you know, what we've gone through, because we've gone through like a, you know, background drop, you know, changes and all this different shit. We've done
different locations.
Exactly. And it's just like, yeah, I was just tripping out on it the other day. I was like, 85 episodes, that's fucking insane. Shout out to everyone that's been a part of this whole process, has been watching. Time.
We had like, I feel like we had like maybe 100 people watching us when we started. Maybe
no, we had like in the beginning we had like 40, 50
at 10 Talks.
Yeah, for 10 Talks. And then I remember like after we did a couple episodes, it like kind of grew to like 100. I remember at first it was like 40, 50 or something like that. I think at first we couldn't even really see because we had the laptop all the way at the door, and I had to press go live and run over to the chair, so I couldn't even see unless we had our phone open or something like that. But maybe we could just go back and watch it, and maybe we talked about it or something.
Cringe.
But either way, boom, we are back with another episode, and I've made a couple adjustments. So I just this last Wednesday, I finally did my very first episode of Harmonious Hour. Huge shout out to Rickey, Victor, and Chibu for coming through. Thank you guys so much, man. Shout out to fucking Rickey for, you know, coming through and being down. Shout out to Victor for kind of making it happen, because Victor was actually aware of who I was, and he had explained to Rickey, and that's the whole reason why that link up had even happened. But the reason why I bring that up is because the podcast like went really, really well. I was really happy about it. I did kind of like fly through the topics, and like I kind of feel like I was like I could have did a better job conversating.
I was gonna say, like, when when you first went live, and I saw you or you started talking, I was like, oh, he's so nervous right now. Like, I can feel your nerves for you. Yeah. And like it was just awkward at first, because you're usually talking to somebody you kind of know.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know? And Ricky's like your first like kind of complete stranger you're actually interviewing.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I think so. Like out of everybody.
No, it really is. Yeah.
And so like, I don't know. Like, and I also said like this is your first time navigating it by yourself, where you usually like have me on like your sideline, at least for comfort, you know. Even if I don't say much, it's a little more comfortable to be yourself.
No, yeah, exactly.
But I was like, you know what, it's like your first one, don't stress over. I know you're like, I wish it was longer, and all this stuff,
because it's a Harmonious hour. We went 55 minutes or something like that.
It's your first episode though. Like, you're gonna be nervous.
No, yeah, exactly. But
rush it.
I realized like, I need more practice, like actually conversating and being chill. And but then also I feel like I was like I was nervous, but it was like in my head I'm just thinking like, what is this person thinking of what's going on right now? You know what I mean? Like, are they like, what if, you know, like the whole time in my the whole time in my head I was thinking like Rickey's like busy, you know, like he probably is like super fucking busy guy, but here it comes a super busy successful YouTuber who like sits down in this apartment and he's just like, you know, interesting, what's going on here? And then like I'm just thinking like is he regretting this whole situation because it just seems so scuffed and weird and like I'm not talking clearly. I don't know, it's just like I was kind of nervous, but then I think it ended up getting better and better through the podcast. But the reason why I brought it up is people were complaining, saying that it was kind of quiet when Rickey would talk, and it's because I had these mics set up on the end of the table. If you guys notice anything looks different now, it's because these mics used to be attached at the end of it, so I can have like, I forgot why, I had a reason for doing that, but I realized during that episode that like I'm usually slouched over because I'm rolling joints or doing whatever. He was actually like kicking back, like leaning against this thing, and the arm wasn't long enough to stretch to his mouth. So I basically made some adjustments today, so we actually have the mic like come out as far as possible.
So much better.
Yeah, exactly, right. We can actually lean back, which I realized like this is so much more comfortable. I'm getting some back support here.
Well, we noticed that I usually have like better posture than you because I always look hella taller than Yuriy. And I think that was like another reason you set up your mic the way you did, because you're always slouching over and I'm always like standing up, so I'm always like adjusting my shit, trying to make it taller.
Yeah. Now it's way better.
Now it feels better.
Because I think I was also, when I was setting up the mic, I was thinking mic has to be close to the table, but you realize like no, like the mic actually is usually far away from the table. You know what I mean? It has to go like way out here. But either way, made those adjustments and it'll be better next time. I already have a guest planned for this upcoming Wednesday, and I'm starting to like realize and think like, should I continue doing a surprise guest thing, or should I like promote it ahead of time? I feel like promoting it ahead of time is a smarter thing to do.
Yeah. Because
if I keep doing the surprise guest thing, it's like, yeah, it's cool, I guess, but like with the promoting ahead of time, they might repost it. You know, other people will be like, oh, I'm gonna go check this out or whatever. I think
that'll be way better for you. So exactly, you can make what are those things called for like posts for Instagram?
Yeah, exactly.
Like template things, and so they could exactly like
change out the people every time or whatever.
Repost it.
Exactly.
Get their followers to see your shit.
So I think every Monday I'll start promoting who the guest is. You know what I mean? So we have like 3 days or 2 days of promotion. So tomorrow I'll let you guys know who our guest is, and I'm super excited for that interview as well, because I don't think this person has ever done an interview either. You know? I'm
excited for you too. I was gonna say that I couldn't tell like Rickey's vibe either when he was like sitting here. I was like, oh god, like, is he uncomfortable?
Yeah,
like, is this weird that it's in a house?
Exactly.
Like that's like the same thoughts that were going through my head. But then he came by the studio for Disconnected, and I met him, and they were all super nice.
Yeah, exactly.
And like down to earth.
Dude, in my head,
actually trying to talk to me, which I was like, these guys are like gonna be like kind of like assholes.
Like, dude, I didn't think they're gonna be assholes, but after Rylee and I were watching all those videos about Rickey and like all the videos he's done, I was like, these fools are gonna come in hot. Like, these fools are gonna come with camera in my face, and they'd be like, you know, like, but where's your girlfriend at? Blah blah. Or like, I don't know. I just was expecting some crazy shit, right? But they came in like, other than me getting farted on by Chibu, like everything was so cool and chill and respectful, you know.
That was love.
That was love.
That was a love too.
It was strange. Like, I saw Rickey first. I was like, yo, what up? Blah blah. You know, good meeting you. Blah blah. And then I see someone coming from the back seat of the car. And then, like, the door opens, and I'm, like, immediately coming up to say hi. And then as I'm coming up with my hand up, I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
And
I just run away. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, and then he was just like, oh, my bad, dude, whatever.
Whatever.
I was like, bro, you're gonna fart on me two seconds into meeting you. Yeah, he's super fucking funny. I also didn't realize like who exactly like, or I didn't realize his online presence. You know what I mean? Like I didn't really know too much about Rickey or Chibu or, you know, the whole crew or like his YouTube channel. All I know is I reposted his content, and he like replied to it saying like, oh, that's me. And I was just like, oh, this would be a good collaboration, you know.
The video of Chibu jumping out the window was hilarious.
Dude, I know.
Like, how did he even do that?
There's multiple of them, but there's one of them where his legs go like up straight, and it looks so hilarious, bro. I couldn't stop laughing. There's also one where, I'm not sure if it's the Ruby Rose one, but there's one where he's doing like another one of those dating things, and like they're like the girl's deliberating like over who she should choose or something like that, and you could see all the guys like in their fucking Zoom calls just like doing whatever on their computer, and Chibu has like, he put a white face on and has like a bowl of like herbs that he's like burning, and he just like burning these herbs, saying some chant to curse all the other players so that he could win. I was like, bro, this is so fucking funny, dude. But anyways, yeah, shout out to that whole crew. Thank you guys so much for coming through and doing the first episode. Then also they came through for Disconnected, which I thought that was really good as well and funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was that.
They made for funny stories.
Mhm.
Donkey fucking.
Oh my god, it's like,
I was like, what the fuck?
dude, Chibu made me feel old. It's like after we were off stream for a second, and I was like, we were talking. Actually, no, we were off stream before we did the after show, and then we were off stream for like a while after we did the after show, just kicking it and talking. Like I thought like during the whole after show, I thought they were like, when is he gonna end it? We're trying to leave. When is he gonna end it?
Me too.
You
But
know?
they stayed for hella long.
Yeah, and then at one point I was like, all right, I'm gonna end the after show, and I ended it, and then we just ended up kicking it and talking for like another
That's
30
cool.
minutes, you know. And so it was super cool. But the whole time when we were off stream, I kept bringing up like random YouTube references and just online references that I feel like if you're an online presence, you know of all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like this is general online knowledge. They didn't know anything, and especially Chibu, and I was like, bro, I feel old. Like I've never felt so old in my life than hanging out with the person 10 years younger than me.
Yeah. Well, he is
Exactly 10 years younger than me.
than you.
I was a whole ass 10-year-old, and this was a baby being burst into the world. I was already like, at 10 years old. I was already like being mischievous and shit. I don't know, doing all types of stupid shit.
You're in middle school. You're sixth grader.
Yeah, 6th grade. I was elementary.
Oh, still.
My elementary went up to 6th grade. But either way, it was a cool experience, and I'm super excited for this upcoming podcast. Oh wait, and also another thing I was gonna say is during the listening to music stream, I was like talking to Adam, and Adam brought up something that other people have brought up to me before as well, and then also Rickey brought up to me too, where they're like all saying you're fucking up by not posting clips and TikToks of like everything you're doing. Your streams, there's so many random stupid moments. The podcast, there's so many things you guys talk about. Like you need to upload to TikTok and YouTube and you know, like help grow your audience, because with live streaming 100% there's no growth, and this channel is 99% live streaming. We upload videos very rarely, you know, but like, so when we're live streaming, only people who are subscribed to us are going to get the notification, if they even do. So many people complain they don't even get the notification. So many people say like, oh, I didn't see this live stream till later. So there's no one new coming into the live streams other than from Instagram or something like that. So I completely agree with that. I do want to start, you know, getting on top of that and like getting all that stuff done. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like I feel like this Wednesday podcast that I just started is like also my solution to that. You know what I mean? Because after my Big Chief interview, when he was asking me like how did the channel grow and how do we grow in views, I really thought about it. I was like, dude, it's like through 10 Talks. You know what I mean? Like through us collaborating with other people, AD, Adam, House Phone. You know what I mean? Like all the people that we've had on 10 Talks. It's like it's through collaborating with them that our channel grew. And I was just thinking like we need to collaborate with more people. You know, on 10 Talks and on my own too. So that was like one of the things. We just heard Beans squeal. He's probably getting fucked up by Luffy. Dude, the other day,
oh my god,
Rylee and I were just chilling here, smoking, kicking it, and then Beans always plays with Luffy. Like Luffy kind of like
lets him
play. I feel like he likes playing with them. You know, they just kind of like do this thing where they try to bite each other's ears constantly. But Lola doesn't fuck with Beans at all. Beans was in the super playful mood, got hella close to Lola, and Lola popped him. Usually they do a very good job at avoiding each other. They both know the vibe, but he was too excited, got too close to her, and she popped him in the eye, and she has sharp ass claws, and he instantly it was
so sad.
It was so sad but adorable at the same time, because Beans has these tiny little paws, right? And he got slashed in the eye, and he was going and his arms are too tiny to like just cover his eye and hold it and rub it. He just kept tapping his eye. Like
so sad.
It was so sad but adorable, and I was just like, oh, Beans. And Rylee was freaking out. Rylee was like about to start crying, like, we need to go to the hospital right now. And I'm just like looking.
I was like, I hope he doesn't go blind.
Oh yeah, Rylee's super scared he's gonna go blind, but no, he just got like a little slash in his eye. It's better now, but it looks like
was so red.
Looks like he has pink eye a little bit right now.
It was bad. No, now it looks better.
Now I'm wondering, like, what is the solution? Like, do we put gloves on Lola?
No, we cut her nails.
Good luck. Yeah, I used to cut Lola's nails, and after one little mistake, it was over. She remembers that forever. She'll never let me cut her nails again. But you know what's funny is when I first started cutting the cat's nails, I'd expected Luffy to be the nice, chill one because he's so nice and chill. He was the one like, don't touch my feet, don't touch my paws, like being fucking rambunctious. Lola was the one like just like sitting there like, just get it done, you know, let me go or whatever. But I made one mistake where I cut too deep. She freaked out, and now like she will never let me do that again.
Oh my god. Well, fuck. You hit all her nerves.
And I feel bad even sending her to a fucking
groomer,
dude, because like,
wild.
Like yeah, they probably do. They have to like, dude. My old cat, RP Whiskers was like Luffy size but bigger, and he was just as vicious as Lola, like with everyone. You know what I mean? Like, but not with us. Like, but he was like super. Like everyone that's ever came to my house has always said the same. To my parents' house when I was a kid or whatever, has always said the same thing to me. Like, Yuri, your cat came up to me so chill, and then it slashed me, and I'm just like, that's what he does. Like, he comes up to you going, brr, brr, and then you're like, oh, nice cat. As soon as you try to pet him, he fucking does that. It's like he wants attention on his own time, like only. You know what I mean? Like, he will not let you like fuck with him at all, and like he will slash everyone. But and also he's impossible to pick up. He was just vicious, and he had a lot of weight behind him, so he could really fuck you up. We sent him to a groomer one time, and I was just like, bro, good luck to them, dude. Like, I don't know what the fuck they dealt with, or they probably had to like needle him or something.
Oh my god, put him to sleep.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, dude. R.I.P. Keenan, my brother-in-law. I remember me and Keenan were running around my parents' apartment with like 2 towels trying to fucking catch Whiskers, and it took the both of us like 30 minutes to like finally corner him and capture him, to put him in a cage, to take him to the groomer. It was like such a fucking mission, and we never took him to the groomer again because we were like, dude, like that was a 2-man job, and you know, it was too crazy.
Dude, when I was little, my parents were still together. They got me a kitten, and I named it Oreo. I was so excited. It was my first kitten. I was super little, probably like 6 or 7. But the cat fucked me up all the time.
Oh yeah, you told me about this.
Like super bad, and so my mom was like, can't do it. Like, she's obviously not gonna be okay with Rylee. Yeah. And so all of a sudden, the cat disappeared, and I was like, Mom, like I think Oreo's lost, and she's like, oh, I think she ran away. But then years later, my mom told me like, it? Yeah, she's like, that thing was fucking you up.
Oh my
like,
god!
I was not gonna keep it in the house.
And you did not get the vibe. You're like, cute kitty every time.
I didn't care.
Dude, I remember when we first got Whiskers as like he was like that since like a kid. You know, since a kitten. And I remember when we first bought him home, he like hid under our kitchen table, and our kitchen table was like, we live in like this tiny small 1-bedroom apartment. We had so much shit everywhere, and like it wasn't like one of these like modern apartments where there's like, you know, it's like simple and there's like very few items. It's like to get to certain locations you got to move a trunk and this lamp and all this random shit or whatever. I remember he got me on the kitchen table, he couldn't get him, and I tried to like crawl under the table to fucking like reach him or whatever. And it was basically like almost like a tunnel situation in which I could just try to grab him. I try to grab him, and he fucking jumps towards my face. Luckily, he doesn't grab my eyes. He sticks his claws into my like forehead, and I could, and I was like, oh my god. And when I pull my head away, I can feel like my whole forehead skin like pull,
chunked off.
Not chunk off, but like he got his nail out of there. But like I could just feel all my skin just like pull for a second. I was like, whoa. I was like, bro, this fucker, dude. Like, whatever. We still love them and kept them, but either way. Also, guys, by the way, this is our very first episode back. Drinking.
I know.
Let us know if you guys sense a difference of some sort. You know what I mean? Like better, worse, or
the
something.
The first day we drank, I ended up throwing up. I was like, I don't think I'm ready.
Kind of had a feeling that was going to happen.
Me too. I knew it was.
And I was scared it was going to happen too, because as I predicted, you're like, I don't want to drink anymore, blah blah blah, all this stuff. I'm just like, all right, whatever. But we did go to ham the first day, and Rylee was vomiting, and I had a mean hangover for the whole Friday listening to music stream. I had the meanest hangover, and that's why I was like so quiet, not really talking, is because my head was like pounding the whole time. And then that honestly brought me back to like realizing like, this is when, you know, like the people who said like I haven't drank in 20 years would never do it again, like this is why. It's like, why am I dealing with this just so I can be lit last night? Yeah, last night was fun, but
was it
in reality
that much better than I usually have? Like,
yeah, and but
that much more fun.
In reality, I was like thinking, I was like, Thursday was fun, but like now that I'm dealing with this for like, it was a good half of the day. I was dealing with that headache and uncomfortableness. I was like, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? And that's why it's like you have to, as a drinker, you gotta learn you gotta learn your limit instantly, and to do that you gotta get fucked up. But you gotta learn your limit and then stay like at the 75% range. Mm-hmm. You know,
keep it 25.
No,
keep it like slight buzz.
50%. at least. I don't know. Something
Oof,
like that.
It's not worth it the next day. The next day you don't even like, you just feel lazy as fuck.
Well,
too.
now I'm also was realizing that I remember back in the day when I was going to bars all the time, there was like certain people I would go drinking with where I could tell these fools have been doing this all the time. They're like bar maniacs, and they were like on this thing where they were like, dude, we take B12 pills the night before, and we take B12 the next morning, because even if you drink water the whole night or whatever, apparently alcohol, like it destroys your B12 vitamin or whatever it is in your blood, and B12 helps carry oxygen and water or whatever it is, and without that vitamin, you won't be hydrated no matter how much water you drink. So you have to take a B12 before and after, and you'll feel fine. And I was just thinking, like, we got to get on top of that, because B12 is like $8. You know, it's not expensive. We just got to go buy it.
I know.
And remember to do it.
My mom told me that too. She has so many different little things she tells me.
Remember that pill company that sponsored No Jumper a long time ago, and we took it home?
Yeah, I forgot what it was called.
It was the same thing.
It was just B12.
I looked at the ingredients, and it was like other vitamins mixed with B12, and I was like, it's basically the B12 thing.
I forgot what it was called.
Which, I don't remember either. But I remember when I first heard about the B12 thing, I was like, this is bullshit. You know what I mean? This is like another one of those home weird remedies. But like, no, man, it actually really helps. It's like, that's actually like scientifically proven. That's what the fuck happens to you, you know? But either way, should we talk about what we did this weekend?
Sure.
By this weekend, I mean Saturday. That's the only day to do anything together.
Friday, we just did listening to your music, and we were horribly hungover. I yacked on my way to work.
Oh, twice.
In the car, on the door.
Yes.
It was so sad. It was so much.
In my head,
it was all vitamin water, though.
You know, it's funny. I saw you yak on your door, and I instantly remembered to when we were driving in my car a long time ago, and Rylee was... I was not drunk at all. Rylee was far way too drunk. I was picking her up or something like that. And anyways, Riley's in her car, and she in my car, and then she just like, I feel sick, and then it just fucking throws up all over my door.
Blasie's birthday.
Whose?
Blasie's birthday.
Oh yes. She threw up all over my car, and I was so mad. I was like, my car, and then I saw you throwing up on your car. I was like, sweet revenge.
Mm-hmm. that next
Karma.
day after Blasie's birthday was sweet revenge, because I was fucking dead that whole day. I wanted to die.
Jeez, don't say that.
No, not really. Sorry. I couldn't even watch TV. Like, it was that bad. I like just had to dig my head in my pillow.
Dude,
it was so sad.
Honestly, it's like I remember when I was a kid, I used to love sick days when I was actually sick. You know what I mean? Because I remember back in the day when I was a kid, if I told my mom, like, Mom, I'm not feeling too good. Like, can I go? Like, can I not go to school? My mom would always do the same thing. She would grab the armpit thermometer, hand it to me, and as she's getting for work, she'd be like, put this on your armpit, sit. And if this is like at a certain level, like it's too hot or whatever, right? After the first couple times, I realized that my mom was like, it can't be too high or else it looks ridiculous, and I can't be too low or else she's gonna have you go to school. I remember my mom would like give me the armpit thermometer, and I had this lamp in my room, and I would hold it to my lamp, get it super hot, and then let it cool down to a certain point, and then throw it back in my armpit, and just be like, Mom, look, this is how hot my body is. And I would just like scam my way into like not going to school. But God damn it, I forgot the point of that whole story why I was bringing that up of scamming my mom of not going to school. What were we talking about the second before?
Sick days. Actually being sick. You liked sick days.
Oh yes. I was gonna say is but those days when you're actually sick and you get to stay home or whatever, like 6 days were cool because you get to play video games and do whatever you want at home. But I remember like there was certain times where I was so sick that I was just like, you couldn't do anything. Like you're saying, you couldn't even watch TV, and you're like, bro, like this is ass. Like I can't even chill and play video games because I'm so fucking sick. You know, those are shit days.
It's not worth it. It's a waste of a day.
I wasn't drunk. I'm saying I was naturally sick though. Why do we have a fly in here, bro? How the fuck do we had a cricket in here the other day. Now we have a fly. I feel like we have a hole in the ceiling or something.
I don't think so. Something. A hole in the ceiling. There's look at that big ass June bug outside the window.
And there's a June. What the fuck is a June bug, dude? I'm telling you, like we're our studio is like turning into a fucking what's it called? Like a aquarium for insects. What is that called? I don't know. Ecosphere, I guess.
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary. Either way, yesterday Rylee and I went to the beach. Huge shout out to Toke, because I texted Toke. I was like, Toke, what are some low-key beaches I can go to where like there's not gonna be a lot of people? Because you know, it's hot as fuck. Everyone's gonna be going to the beach. And honestly, I did realize one thing when Toke sent me these places. I realized that when you're going to the beach, you're in Los Angeles, you're gonna hit Pacific Coast Highway, the PCH. The first thing you see is Venice Beach. After that, you see like a couple other beaches. Then you see Zuma or whatever. But the further and further you drive down PCH, the less and less crowded the beaches are. And like I noticed that the ones he was recommending were like further and further down. I'm not gonna say the names of them because I don't know, sure he's being like secretive here. But I did realize that one thing though is like. You got to travel further. You know what I mean? Like if you go to the first beach you see, like there's gonna be a hell of people there. But the further and further we did find better beaches or like, you know, more or less crowded beaches. And but we had beans with us. One of the first spots we went to that Toke recommended, we saw a no dog sign. And at first we said, fuck it, let's go, whatever. We went down there.
Like, there's going to be some dogs.
Yeah, because we're like, we're going to see one person who's breaking the rule too, and then we'll break the rule as well. But then we got down there, we saw like...
We're like, wait, this is a chill-ass beach, there's nobody. And
it looks so nice.
I look, and there's hella people to the side, just underneath like this building.
Yeah.
And, like, there's just so many people, and that nobody had a dog. I was like, ooh, this is bad. Like,
yeah, I was like, if we're the only ones with the dog, I'm like... But also, I'm wondering, why do they have that rule? Is it because like a lot of dog owners don't clean up their shit and they just leave it?
It looked like a residential area. Like, it was a bunch of houses,
but
beach houses, so they probably don't want people's dogs shitting and pissing on their...
But, yes, but also those houses have like a weird thing where they're built there, but legally California has public beaches, and those beaches fall under public use, so those homeowners are like, get off my beach, but I can't legally kick you off, and these fools are like, this is public ground. So it's just like, technically it has the same rules of any other beach, but
the city probably makes that beach
cleaner or try to.
Yeah, so they can retain the value of the home.
But either way, we went to another spot, found it was like a chill little low-key spot, walked down there, it was cool, it was not too many people there, and we were like chilling. Beans was having the time of his life, and I felt so I felt good because I was like, Beans does spend a lot of time, you know, at home here in the apartment, and I'm just like, he was going crazy, like just running the whole time, you know what I mean? He was so exhausted when he came home.
Waves.
Yeah, exactly, like running back and forth with the waves. I was like, all right, like he's like really enjoying this. But either way, it was super cool. Rylee and I were having a good time, and I really only got my feet in the water, like up to my ankles, not really that much. And then Rylee and I were chilling there for like an hour or two, maybe 2-3 hours. And then as we're leaving, we stopped by this like shower to rinse our feet off. And I'm looking at the bottom of my feet, and I see all these gnarly black spots. And like the black was...
Wait, what? Like, what happened to his skin? Like,
it looked like it was like soaked into my skin, right? It
like
was like
ink.
Yeah, or like it was like blotches on my skin, like a mole or something. And I was like, what the fuck? And both Rylee and I were trying to rub it off, and it was not coming off. And I was like, dude, is this a part of my skin? Like, what the fuck is going on here? I was like freaking out. And then I rubbed really hard and realized it does come off with a little bit of rubbing. I was like, oh, this is something I stepped on. And I was like, kind of tripping. I was like, what could this be? And then in my head, I was thinking, maybe this is oil. Because I've heard of that, like where they have like, apparently happens naturally too sometimes. But apparently they, you know, also like people, you know, companies will be drilling for oil, and then some will escape and it goes into the ocean or whatever it is. And I was thinking it could be that, but I might be like over exaggerating in my head. And then this other couple comes to use the same shower. They start washing their feet, and then they look, and the girl's like, oh my god, my feet. And she's like,
what's on my feet?
Yeah, she starts freaking out. I'm like, yo, I have the same thing, like what the fuck.
I was like, she has it too, babe.
And then her boyfriend goes like, oh, he's like, I think this is oil from like the oil refineries, like off the thing or whatever. He's like, don't put it to your face. The first thing I did is like I put it to my face to smell it, because I was like, if it's oil, it's gonna smell. I smelled it, bro. It smells like gasoline, like straight like car gasoline, but like times 10, like super concentrated version. And I was like, dude, like this is actual like fucking, you know, ground oil just floating in the water.
Sad.
It was insane.
He was like, this kills the fish. Like, it's killing the fish.
No shit's killing... Like, dude, that shit got so stuck to my skin that I could not rub it off. I needed to go home and use like a really thick sponge and soap to get it off. But imagine you're a seal or like, you know, some sort of fish life, and you get it on your arm, or much worse, into your gills or something like that. They can't... They got nothing to rub off in there. You know what I mean? It's like they kind of just got to hope it comes off with the water. It's not going to come off with the water. It's like you just get this crazy blotch on you, you know? Yeah. It's so fucked up. And dude, on my right foot, I had it even worse. I had this giant blotch that like it looked thick, and as soon as I was like trying to rub it off, I was realizing, I'm like, dude, my foot's itchy as fuck. Like it's making my foot itch. Like it was like irritating my skin. Dude, I want to kill this fly so bad.
I know.
Wait, hold on. Let me see that pillow, babe.
Really?
This might. Fuck. Motherfucker, dude. Wait, we need to move this ashtray. Ashley, I'm sorry, dude. I need to murder this fool. This is insane. He's so like, I see how Adam feels. How are you supposed to concentrate on talking to someone when there's a fly buzzing around, dude? And any second you're like, he's gonna go in my drink. He's gonna go in my something or whatever. I don't know.
I'm not thinking like that.
Oh, you want to hold the pillow there? Okay. Well, anyways, that was our Rylee. Like, you put your feet in the water too, though, right?
Yeah, I did. I didn't get anything on me, thank God. But Beans got in his paw.
Oh yeah, Beans got on his paw.
Shout out to
dude.
Toke for giving us the coconut oil remedy because it worked getting it out.
Rylee had to,
but I like used like 5 different paper towels and they were all like
dark black, dude. Rylee literally used like so much paper towel.
It smelled so bad.
And each one like came off so much. I was like, bro, like.
And it was just like like the tiniest
little spot, yeah, too. And you know what's even crazier is when Rylee and I were leaving, I was looking at the ocean. I took some pictures. I didn't post them yet, but I was looking at the ocean. I was like, dude, you could see like this silky, you know, when you put oil onto water on the floor, you could see like the little rainbow effect. Like you could see on the ocean like hella like little blotches. I was like, bro, like this is fucked up. I looked it up on Google, and number 1 is California already issued like a warning like a week or 2 ago saying, not the oil, but they said don't go to the beaches because we're having a bacterial bloom right now and you can get sick. So also Rylee's been feeling sick too. They're like, don't go to the beaches because you can get sick or whatever because of the bacteria. And then also number 2, that oil's been floating around since 2015. I saw this article saying like California beaches covered in oil, like, and there's nothing they could do about it type shit. And then I talked to Toke, and Toke is like, I hate when that happens. So that means like it like comes and goes. You know what I mean? Like with the current or something like that. That oil's been floating there for like 7 years, dude.
You think?
Probably. But then also, people were sending me articles on Instagram that this happens naturally. Apparently, like, there's hella oceans where they're not even pumping oil, and ground oil is like being released into the water.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Scary.
That shit smells insane, dude.
It's
like
so bad for you.
Like, right? That's what I was wondering. I was like, dude, this has to be cancerous. Rylee and I had to drive home for like an hour and a half from the beach we were at, and I was just like, bro, like, I have to wait till I get home to get this off my feet. By the time I get home, like, am I gonna have a rash or something? But it seems fine now, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wonder if that's why my arthritis has been acting up when I go to the sand, because of all the gas.
No.
I don't know.
It looks like your toes are looking better.
Really? As soon as I looked it up online, and apparently it is true. My mom told me this, and I looked it up to double check, and apparently it is true. Where if you have arthritis and you go into the sand, it like strengthens it. It makes it like inflame up. There's no explanation why, but it said like when people are in sandy areas or whatever, like it makes the inflammation. Maybe it is the salt. It makes it like inflame more. But when we were at the beach, I was looking at my toes. I was like, yep, it looks way worse than usual. We gotta go to the beach less. What do I do?
Barely go to the beach ever.
Bro, what do I do about my fucking rotting toes? No, I'm kidding.
Go to the doctor.
Jeez. They're gonna tell me to chop my toes off.
Don't say that.
I'm gonna say something crazy. Either way, should we take a mid podcast shot?
A little baby one?
Let's do it. Hey. All right. Also, I do have this very, very warm Dr. Pepper, but, you know, it'll do, I guess. Ew. The next topic I have is kind of a sad one. Oh, God. It was a tearjerker for me, actually. For anyone that knows of the YouTube channel Bald and Bankrupt, he's good friends with Harold Balder, and they're these two traveling YouTube guys who make like traveling. They have like traveling channels, and I came across their channel because of their India. Hey, chill, Luffy. I came across their channel because of their India videos, where they were going through different parts of India. And honestly, like, what's cool about their channel is they focus on making places seem chill. You know what I mean? They don't a lot of channels desirable. Yeah, a lot of channels will go to like you know, the best parts of India or something like that, and be like, you know, this is like this is why you should come here because of this tourist attraction. Or people take the other approach where they'll go to certain areas and be like, look at the gang violence, look at the drug abuse, like this is why you shouldn't go to Brazil, this is why you shouldn't go to Mexico, this is why, you know, like they'll show like the dark scary parts of like places just to get the views up. But they specifically do videos where they go to like the worst areas usually, just to show you guys like it ain't that big of a deal, guys. It's like you can just come here and just chill and vibe, and nothing's really gonna happen. You know what I mean? So like that's usually the way they film their videos, which is like I really like. But
we'll do like what gets you $50 a night in the Philippines.
Yeah,
like
stuff like that too.
And that's like the coolest shit to me.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he's chewing his bone.
Or like street food. And
the street food is
all the positive.
Exactly. I like the street food part too, but also like the people part where they literally just go up to people and they like talk to them, and it's like cool. You know what I mean? But before we continue,
they really do have like the best videos.
Yeah, right. Speaking of which, Harold Balder hasn't posted apparently in 7 months, which let's hope he's okay. Cheers. But
maybe he's just a little burnt out. They do pump so much series and do hella traveling where it's like,
no, that's 100% true.
You definitely get tired.
But either way, the reason why I bring up the channel, Bald and Bankrupt, is because he's been on this giant trek. Well, for a while, it's like Rylee and I noticed this trend where he was filming videos with Bald together, and then they would go apart for a couple months, then would get back together, then go apart, and then they made this giant separation recently where Bald and Bankrupt just went to Russia, and he was doing this giant trek across Russia, and Harold Balder went to the Himalayas and like did his own thing or whatever. But Bald and Bankrupt has been continuously posting videos in Russia, and I think he said he's posted over 150 videos of like just different areas of Russia, which I really enjoy watching because it teaches me a lot about Russia. I don't know too much about Russia. It teaches me a lot about it. Kind of gives me like this, you know, curing homesick vibe where it's like it makes me more homesick where I really want to go back and visit, but then it also makes me feel like, oh, okay, like, you know, everything's like it's still there type shit. You know what I mean? Not the same. It's shit's changes a lot, especially in my village. But I just like watching these videos. And he actually did go through the area where I was born in. Russia's huge, and there's so many different regions of Russia. He went through Beans and Luffy are fighting right now. So if you guys hear yelping, that's that. But either way, he went through Mari, which that's like my area of Russia. Bashkortostan and is in Mari, and my people are called Maritsi because we're, you know, in the area of Mari. So like he actually went through that area, and everyone looked exactly like my family. So it was super interesting. But anyways, the whole reason why we're bringing him up is because he posted a video titled "The End," where he says like the end to my voyage, and this is like. This video is weird because it's so coincidental, right? Like the way things happen, because he says, I just finished this whole trek all the way across Russia, and this is my end point. But then also towards the end of the video, he says like it just cuts out, and then it goes to like way later, like days later, I guess. It cuts out, and then he comes back and says, "Hey guys, just got out of Russian jail. They arrested me and they permanently kicked me out and banned me from Russia or whatever." And I was just like thinking like, what a coincidence that they kick him out on his last day there, you know? Like, he was literally making a video, like, leaving, trying to say goodbye, and then they pick him up and and ban him permanently.
Fucking horrible luck.
I know, dude.
But he'd never said why, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, I've been seeing hella videos speculating. Also, Bald and Bankrupt and Harold Balder, they both have their random video accusations because they're very popular, you know what I mean? So they have the accusations of like certain shit they might have potentially done. I don't know, I haven't really gone too deep in those, but there's hella videos talking about how Bald and Bankrupt is potentially used to be like some sort of like FBI agent for the UK, or like it's like some sort of high level military guy because he's so smart. And he's like,
he is so smart.
He's so smart. He's so like educated with history. Like he's a tall ass dude. And realistically, he's like a big dude who could defend himself fairly easily. And like he knows a lot about random shit. And like people always speculate like that's kind of like, you know, like you have to be a certain level of a person like to kind of be this smart or this. Like he potentially could be like some sort of secret agent or whatever. But there's been speculation that like that's why he's been kicked out, is because they found out about his like old, you know, Secret Service like work or something like that. But I don't know. It was like a super sad video because I haven't watched all the videos, but I've been keeping up with the, you know, Rylee and I have watched a good amount of them. And towards the end of the video, he does like this little montage of all the people he's ran into, and like the first time I watched the video, Rylee was like asleep, and I was watching by myself at 2 a.m, and I really just like shed a tear. I was like, damn, like it's so fucked up.
The next day I was like taking a shower and I was like getting ready. He's like, babe. He's like, you need to watch that Bald and Bankrupt video. He's like, I almost shed a tear. I was like, aw.
Notice how I lied to you? I said almost.
No,
oh my god.
Right
no, really.
I know.
It's such a sad series. You know what I mean? Well, not a sad ending. You know what I mean? Because like one example is he ran into this like old dude who like lives in this like radiation zone after Chernobyl, like where people shouldn't live. Like he's one of the last people still living there. He's like 80, 90 years old, has a Parkinson's, like that's when you shake, right?
Yeah.
He has Parkinson's like crazy, where he can barely even stand still. He lives in his old house that's like literally rotting and like falling apart, like, and he's too old and poor to fix it. He just lives in this house hoping it doesn't, like, you know, break down one day. And Bald and Bankrupt came across him and was making it a thing to like stop by every couple months and like hook him up with some money and food and like vodka and all this random shit. And I was thinking like about people like that. I'm like, bro, like so many people he met that he could just never go back again. And I honestly, I feel like the reason why also I got so emotional is because I was like thinking about my situation where I was just like, damn, dude, like my whole life, I visited Russia twice. Once when I was like 7, I think. I don't even remember too much about that experience. And then once when I was 13. That's the only experience I remember, is when I was like 13. I went to go visit. But I haven't been able to go back since then, because number one, it was way too expensive. My parents couldn't afford it. And then number two is I have dual citizenship, where if I go back to Russia, they could potentially be like, hey, you're not going nowhere. You got to serve your mandatory year in the military, because if you're a Russian citizen as a man and you're not going to college, or there's like certain like reasons why you can't go, but like I don't follow. You have to either go to college or have kids. I don't do any of those things. So I would have to mandatorily go to the Russian army for a year. And so that ends after 30 years old. So I have to wait till I'm 30 to go back. So just like, I've already had so many family members pass away and like, you know, leave the village where I was born. And my village has changed so much, you know what I mean, since then. And I was like really thinking like, damn, like I kind of feel like I want to go back and I haven't been able to, you know?
You're almost there.
But then we would be, but then now we have the war, you know what I mean? Like where Russia's like one of the reasons why they potentially kicked him out is because he's an American technically, you know what I mean? Like, or he's like against Russia, his government, you know, I forgot exactly where he's from, but like they're not exactly pro.
He's European, right?
He's European, but like he's not China or
UK. Thought he was UK.
Yeah, UK is not pro Russia. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's kind of like one of those countries against Russia. So like that's potentially one of the reasons they kicked them out, is because Russia's like super like anti-Western, anti-fucking, like, you know, they're just like we're our own thing and our allies are our allies, and like they don't fuck with anyone. They don't want like any type of different type of versions of, you know, philosophies entering their fucking country. So that's potentially one of the reasons they kicked them out. But I don't know, I was watching that, I was like, damn man, like I want to go back too. But even once I turned 30, the war could have got worse, you know what I mean? But then also now, like even if I do turn 30 and the war stays the same way it is now, like I hear all the time from people that live in Russia or like, you know, visit frequently. They're like, if you're American, don't go there, because they don't fuck with Americans right now at all. They're gonna make your time as miserable as possible, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
I wouldn't want to fuck with the government.
Exactly. Like look at with Griner, you know what I mean? Like how many people have probably got caught with weed pens there, and they're just like,
I know, I told you, I was like, if you want to go, better say bye to weed for like a week or two.
I'm being fucked up off potato vodka out there. But I don't know.
Organic. I'm gonna check on Beans really quick.
Really?
While you bring up the next thing.
Okay. Well, here, I'll just open up the chat. Well, I think Beans is fine. He hasn't whimpered in a while. I'm sure he learned his lesson. He likes to do this thing where he likes to try to bite Luffy's ears. And I was trying to film it for Instagram the other day, and I couldn't get a good angle. But Luffy, like, you know, if Luffy wanted to, he can jump on this couch or jump over there and just avoid it. But Luffy just deals with it. He sits there and just keeps getting his ear bitten on. But once Beans goes too far, Luffy just goes pop, 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 and just like pops him up. And that's when you would hear Beans go like. And bro, honestly, like I forgot to talk about it too. When we went to the beach the other day, we brought Beans with us. Like I was saying, there was that beach that we went to. There's like many other people with their dogs as well. And Beans was kind of like making it a thing to like fuck with every single dog. Like he was like trying to bite their ears and trying to jump on their backs. And at one point, some dude comes through with, I forgot what kind of breed of dog it was, but like it was standing like I don't know, like 3-4 feet tall by the head, and it had this like it was probably like 100. It probably weighed as much as I did, if not more. And Beans was trying to bite his ear and trying to jump on that dog's back, and that dog was just fucking going like this with its head and throwing Beans 5 feet away, and Beans would come back running. I was like, bro, why are you picking fights with the biggest dogs here, dude?
It was literally the Great Bambino from.
It was a huge dog.
Wait, is that the dog's name?
I don't remember.
The Sandlot? Or the Beast. The Beast from the Sandlot.
Was the Beast? Dude, also when Beans first came across that dog,
the same dog.
that dog started drooling like crazy.
I was like, is he rabid?
Dude, and the drool, like Beans was crawling under him because he's a tiny dog and he's a huge dog. All the drool just went on Beans' head, stuck to him, and like just fucking went he got lathered in this dog's drool. And I was just like, oh my God. I was so glad that we don't have a drooly dog.
I know.
Because that's the worst shit. That seemed like the worst thing to clean up.
That's messy, yeah. Speaking of Beans, though.
What?
Today, the strangest thing happened to me at Target.
Oh, yes.
I was, like, so confused when I came back home. Oh, is my thing on?
There you go.
Thank you. But I came home and I was like, babe, somebody's trying to steal Beans from me. I was like, what the fuck?
And Rylee over-exaggerates, so I was just like, okay, whatever. And
it
then,
was weird.
And then, like, 10 seconds passed by, and I was like, what do you mean someone's trying to steal Beans? I was like, what if it was a guy? Like, because that happens in Los Angeles. People see a puppy, they're like, give me that, I'm sell that bitch or whatever, you know? So I was just like, what if that happens to Rylee? And I was like, what do you mean, babe? Like, what's going on? And then she explained the story.
In a way, I was probably over-exaggerating, but it was giving me really
the
weird
way you
vibes.
described it sounds weird, yeah.
I was like, okay, so I was getting us supplies to clean with today, and I had to get Beans some dog food, and I always take Beans to Target with me. And I was checking out through the self-checkout, and then this lady comes up, and there's also, like, this big dog that's, like, walking by. And she's, like, kind of, like, talking to the big dog, saying whatever to it. She didn't really speak that good of English. And then she saw Beans on the car, and she's like, oh, my baby, and, like, was, like, starting to pet Beans and shit. And I was like, this is Beans. And she's like, no. She's like, this is Brownie. She's like, I lost her 2 months ago. I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm so confused.
I would have been like,
and I started like holding Beans' back, and I was like, what? And I was like, just like kind of like laughing it off.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, aw, aren't you so happy? Like, she's talking to me, and she's like, aren't you so happy she found you? She's your mama. I was like, what the what is going on?
But did she seem crazy?
She seemed a little off.
Okay.
And so, like, I kind of, like, started minding my own business, but I was, like, still, like, just holding on to Beans' back because I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I was scanning all my shit.
Uh-huh.
And then this Target employee came by, and she's like, oh, my God, your dog's so cute, like, asking me how old he was and stuff. And she was like, the lady chimes in, and she was like, she's gonna return him and give it to me. And I was like, what? I was like, no, I'm not. And then she's like starting to like pack all her stuff up, and she's like, God bless you. Not everybody loves dogs. And she just like walked away
without asking for the dog or anything.
No, but it was like the weirdest experience I've had with Beans. And I was just like, is this bitch about to like yank him out of my cart because I don't have him on the leash or something?
Here's the thing: is like if we lived in West Hollywood and you told me that story, I'd be like, yeah, babe, welcome to West Hollywood, because there's just crazy people everywhere, and I've seen like kind of similar situations like that happen in WeHo. But where we live in the Valley, I'm like, I can't, like, it would have to be a random crazy person that you came across. You know what I mean? Like, that's so weird.
It was super strange.
I would have probably
Brownie? I was like, this is not Brownie. I was getting so annoyed.
Dude, like, I've had enough like experience where I'm kind of like desensitized to that whole thing, where like, you know, like I don't have to second guess myself thinking, is this a crazy person? I kind of just immediately assume. And I would have probably been a dickhead about it. I would have been like, get the fuck out, get the fuck away from my dog.
I thought she was innocent and just wanted to like pet Beans at first, and then she said that, and I was like,
no, yeah. Once I heard something like,
I lost her 2 months ago, I was like, that's fucking weird.
Oh.
Like, are you trying? Like, am I supposed to return my dog to you, even though this is my dog? Because you said that.
And honestly, with that story, we've had him for 2 months.
Yeah.
The dude we got him from said it was born in his house. And he had multiple others, so you could tell he had a litter of them. It was not like he had just this one dog. So it's like, her story doesn't align at all.
It was the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
I wish I could have recorded it.
You should have started recording it. Dude, speaking of random recordings, this number one, huge shout out to everyone that fucking messages me, like, just explaining to me, like, how much they enjoy the content, you know what I mean? Like, and just, and like how much it affects them in whatever way, you know what I mean? Like, or like positively or whatever it is. Because like I've heard that this, you know, from content creators before and YouTubers before, where they say like, oh, like I get DMs where people like feel a certain type of way, and I like make their lives better, or I like, you know, like, or whatever it is. And it sounds like kind of corny after a while, but like it feels like recently I've been like going through my DMs and there's been like a lot of people like telling me like they've been going through like some hard times and they're like, I enjoy the fucking content, you know what I mean? And this actually helps me through whatever thing I'm going through now. Like, it sounds so corny because I've heard people say this specific thing so many times, but I'm guessing it's an actual like reoccurring thing where people really like kind of distract themselves from like issues in their life through watching content, you know what I mean? And honestly, like I've done the same thing where it's like you just go to YouTube when you're in the middle of a bad mood or whatever, just to like watch some random shit.
You want to make yourself laugh, you go to the specific content creator and
just like watch whatever, really, you know what I mean? Just to distract yourself. But so I want to give a huge shout and thank you to everyone that actually like enjoys the content that we create, or you know, or I create, and like actually, you know, it affects you in some sort of positive way, because I don't really expect that, you know what I mean? Like, or ever would have thought that like this content could mean potentially that much, or even, you know, be that big of a part or something like that. But like that means a lot. Thank you guys so much. I want to say that, number one. But I forgot the whole reason why I even brought that up in the beginning is is because this one kid DM'd me saying that he's like, oh man, I've been going through a hard time. I'm not saying any specifics, so like, you know, this story could apply to anyone. So I'm sure me releasing this information won't be too crazy because no one can know who exactly this is. But this person reached out to me saying like, hey, I've been going through a hard time, like literally my whole life. Like I've been kicked out of my house at like 15 or 16, and I've had a job since then to sustain myself and you know, be a normal person, or like, you know, kind of like live a normal life or whatever it is. And he sent me this video, and at the end of his message he was like, look at this random video, had to fuck up the bitch at the end.
Yeah, I remember.
And as soon as I saw that message, had to fuck up the bitch at the end, what? I was like, oh my god. I was like, no, this is a bad video, you know what I mean? But I was like, out of curiosity, I was like, what is this? I watched the video, and it's honestly such a like innocent video where this dude is like on his lunch break.
So innocent, chilling.
He's literally like, innocent chilling on his lunch break, just puffing it away on a fucking like on a tobacco vape puff pen or whatever, right? And he's just filming himself to like maybe post or whatever, you know, get some thoughties replying to him or something like that. He just like filming himself like smoke, and then finishes smoking, about to press stop record, and then some random homeless lady comes up to him saying like, hey, you got a cigarette? And he smiles to her, goes, oh hey, sorry, no cigarettes or whatever, being super nice to her. And then she just like
starts packing up his shit and leaving.
Yeah, and then he immediately like starts like putting his stuff away and starts like heading back to wherever he was going. And then this lady starts screaming at him, but if you really listen to it, she starts screaming, he raped me. She starts like, he says, no, I don't have a cigarette, smiling to her, apologizing like, hey, sorry, no cigarette. And then she starts saying some random shit, and then she just goes towards, he raped me. And then she starts following him down the street, screaming this in a public area. And like and she was actually like kind of like trying to grab him, like grab his jacket, and he was like, get off me, like whatever. But it turned into a very hectic situation very quickly. The assault isn't caught on camera, but that's why he sent that message where he's like, I fucked the bitch up after. And I was just like, I don't know, bro. Like, that's kind of crazy. But also, if you have a crazy homeless lady fucking attacking you, you know what I mean, physically,
accusing you of rape,
like, what do you, like, you gotta, like, at least fucking, like, shove her away and be like, get off me, bro. Like,
I'd just run. Yeah,
you would run, but, like, she could still potentially get you. It's like, there has to be some sort of self-defense rule where you're just like, get the fuck off me, bro. What is wrong with you?
That shit was crazy, though.
Dude.
That's what I was scared. I was scared that lady was going to just snatch her beans out the cart.
Really? Mm-hmm. But she was in Target?
Yeah.
Did she look like she was purchasing anything? Or
She was right next to me.
Oh. That's weird and crazy.
So creepy.
Yeah. Well, anyways.
He's safe.
Wait, what?
I said he's safe.
Yeah, exactly. Beans is safe and sound, I guess. Random topic I wanted to bring up is a lot of people have asked me about uploading the podcast onto, you know, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and SoundCloud. And for I tried to get on top of it like close to a month ago, maybe a little bit less than a month ago, and I couldn't. I only got up to like episode 16 because I have to upload like, if I last one was 16, I have to go 17, 18, 19. You know, like I have to go one at a time like that, or else it's going to be fucked up, like linear wise, like how it's going to display to you guys. So I have to do it that way. And then I stopped. I've been recording all the podcasts ever since we started this, but I've talked about this a long time ago where my hard drive that I was recording all the podcasts onto, it just crashed. It was the very first M.2 I've ever had this happen to me. And the M.2 still works, but it just crashed. Then it lost all that fucking footage. So I lost all the recordings, all the after shows that we've ever done, that I've ever had recorded. And I basically, to get the MP3s up, I had to download all of our podcasts, make them into MP3, and then upload them. To download some of our podcasts, it would take like forever or whatever, right? And basically, just long story short, the other day I finally did some research. I found a program I could download where it allows me to download multiple things at once, and also I could it downloads them faster. And anyways, I was able to download all of our fucking podcasts over the past 2 days, and later today, I'm gonna upload all the MP3s. So expect for today or tomorrow all the podcasts to be finally uploaded to all the podcasting platforms, audio platforms, and you guys could finally listen to them. I'm sweating like crazy right now.
I know, it's so hot.
Can you double check the AC to like put it on like 62 or something like that? It's dying. Can we close the window, just hotbox the room?
No.
Because it's not worth it, dude.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. I'm dying. I could barely even blink.
I'm gonna give you a towel.
No. Close the window, please. No, dude, I'd rather hotbox than burn in hell. That's what's happening right now.
No.
Yes.
Babe, no.
Oh my god. Okay.
So mad.
All right. You're already so mad.
Really?
Dude. No, it's okay. I have napkins right here. Let's just continue. Dude, it's 1,000,000 degrees in here.
Sorry.
You don't have to apologize, but you're refusing to let me close the window.
Because I'm not gonna smoke in here. All fucking hot box with the animals.
I'm gonna start fuming. All right, I
put
had to
on
take the glasses
6 pack.
off because the glasses were fogging up. And honestly, they can't see I could take my pants off too because I'm like fucking sweating like crazy too.
no.
Nope. Risking it?
Then I'll take mine off.
No, your pants too?
Yeah.
They could see your pants. It goes up too high. My pants start way lower. I can go pantsless. Do a boxers.
Go ahead.
Oh, really? No, I'm not gonna risk it. I was joking around. Either way, next topic. Rylee and I just watched this YouTube documentary. Also, I found a new YouTube channel that I really like called Crumbs. And he's like kind of like a RuneScape YouTuber, but he's been making videos about like scammers and online scammers and shit like that. And I'm sure we've all heard about the famous hack that happened about 3-4 years ago where some kid hacked Elon Musk's, Joe Biden's, Obama's, Kim Kardashian's. Like he hacked every top-notch celebrity with the most followers. Like he hacked all their all their Twitter accounts and posted
Bitcoin.
it was a Bitcoin thing, but it was like, send me 1 Bitcoin and I'll send you 2 back. It was it's called the double up scam, and it's like known to be like the most simplest scam and the most easiest scam to avoid. If you see someone telling you, hey, send me $10 on Cash App, I'll send you 20, you're like, no. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the easiest. It's like kind of like the dumbest little scam, but they did that using all those Twitter accounts. Rylee and I watched this documentary. It's like a 45-minute, or like I think like 40-minute documentary about the dude who did it, which is this kid named Graham or something like that. So fucking interesting and crazy, dude. Like, I was telling Rylee the whole time that watching it makes you feel so dumb, dude, because in the whole documentary, it talks about how the dude who committed this scam was like 17 years old when he did it. He's been doing scams like this since he was like 13, and one of his accomplices who actually did most of the work, and actually this dude who got all the money or whatever and is not in trouble, Graham, in reality, he kind of just like was the group leader, but the people who did all the work was these other people who he like were his accomplices, and one of them was 15 years old who actually like kind of did most of the work. And I listening to this documentary, I was telling Rylee, I'm like, bro, like it just makes me feel like an idiot. Like there's kids like this. I knew one of them. One of my homies back in the day was like, when I was in elementary school in like 4th, 5th grade, I didn't know anything about computers. He was already like introducing me to 4chan, E-Bombs World, and like showing me all these different things on computers and like viruses you could send to people where this thing happens to the computer. Like he was already teaching me about these things, and I was just like, bro, this is like, how do you learn about this?
Yeah.
And I was like watching this documentary with Rylee, I'm like, bro, like I'm not jealous of the fact that they're committing scams, or being terrible people, but I'm jealous of their intellect. Where I'm like, bro, I wish I was at that level at 15 where I was already like, yeah, like I already know how to fucking do this. Like it's like, how do you get to that level at such a young age? You know what I mean?
I was telling you though that like kids now start playing with like iPads or their parents' phone like from such a young age, as soon as they're able to grasp one now.
I didn't have any handheld devices till I was like around 10, and I got a Game Boy Advanced.
We didn't have YouTube. Like, when did YouTube really start taking off? Like, what year? Like 2008?
That's when it started, but actually no, I was already getting into YouTube by 2008. You're right. No, that's definitely when I was like watching it already.
I was in 5th grade. That's so late.
But do you remember this? I remember when I first heard that people can watch. At first, it wasn't YouTube on phones. At first, it was DirecTV on phones. Remember that? DirecTV was like, watch cable anywhere you want, and I was just like, that is for the rich. And that is probably like the craziest, like, you know, thing ever. It was like so crazy at the time to be able to watch DirecTV on your phone anywhere you want. And I think that was like the beginning of streaming mobilely, and that seemed like so unobtainable. But now it's like your kid's bored, you're like, take my iPhone and watch, you know, fucking YouTube instantly to any kid. They
know how to fully go there on their own.
They know how to search shit. They know how to, like, they already are learning all these little things. They already know the bad side of YouTube too.
They know shortcuts.
Exactly.
They they develop all this knowledge at such a young age now, where it's like, of course they're going to be smarter in technology than most of us that are way older, just getting.
And it's like me as a kid, it's like you would act innocent to your parents. You'd be like, yeah, like I just go on the computer just to go to, you know, lausd.com, you know, that's it, or whatever. Like, they don't know that you already figured out Pornhub and fucking like other things and shit like that. You know? Oh my god. Well, yeah, I was on 4chan and E-Bombs World before Pornhub, that's for sure. Actually, that's true. I was into the whole trolling shit before I was even into pornography, which is kind of a weird stage to be into, I guess. But either way, this documentary, guys, I recommend you guys watching it on the Crumbs YouTube channel. It was so interesting. And then what's even more interesting is this dude, Graham, who committed this crime. Number one, he's committed three crimes that they talk about in the YouTube video. The first crime is that he scammed some old man out of 100 bitcoins, which Bitcoin now is worth around, I think, 40 or 50,000 each Bitcoin. He took 100 Bitcoins from an old man. The second crime he did was apparently he set up his two friends to go try to shoot up a drug dealer, and he knew and was hoping that his friends would die, and one of them actually ended up dying, and the other one, both of them were shot or whatever. So apparently he was a part of that crime. Both those crimes didn't really get in any trouble for it at all. The second one, where his friends died, one of his friends died, didn't get in any trouble at all. The third crime he committed, which is that Twitter one that we were just talking about, in the end, he pleaded, got 6 years in jail, but he's coming home still to that 100 bitcoins, which they're saying that it's like a valid. I'm not sure exactly if it's 100 bitcoin, but they're saying that he's coming home to around $12 million still sitting in his bank account.
Okay, am I tripping, or in that documentary, did they say that he had like 250 something years at first, and then he did like the plea deal, and now he only has like 6 years?
Because
5 years.
Because they can do that easily. They can be like, Rylee, you're charged with this, and it equates to 1,000 years in jail.
Yeah.
They could charge it with whatever you want, with whatever they want, but do they have proof though? You know what I mean? Like, you can just be like, yeah. Do you have evidence? You know what I mean? Like, and that's where the judge is like, yeah, you want Rylee to go to jail for 1,000 years, but do you have evidence? If you have no evidence, she's not going to jail for not 1 year. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's the issue they were facing, is like
he didn't have really any links.
Like, number one, he was kind of he was being kind of like pretty good secretive about it, but he was making a lot of stupid mistakes. So were his friends. But I think the one thing that he was dealing with is that's interesting. They talk about in the documentary is he was aware that the government doesn't have a way to charge people under the age of 18 for certain crimes. So if you do some crazy immaculate scam that usually only really smart fucking, you know, like older men do, or older, you know, people do, sorry, not just to say men, but older people do, and if you do it at like 15, 16, the government has no way of charging you for it. So that's why he purposely committed this crime like 8 months before he turned 18, because he knew that I'm not really gonna get in trouble for this. But what's crazy is he already had 12 million in his bank account, right? Committed this crime where he profited $180,000, which he has to split with all those people he's working with, which he is known for not splitting and stealing his money regardless. But that's the thing people are really calling him out for, is like, he was clever enough to steal everyone's Twitter and commit this crime, but the crime he committed was a double up scam, which is like the most inefficient way to scam people, and only profited $180,000. Like, imagine spending 6 years in jail for 180,000 when you like got scot-free for 12 million. You're like, this is the dumbest crime in my life. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, it's an interesting documentary where they talk about how like you can be clever enough to do certain things where it seems you're intelligent, but you could also be dumb enough to commit certain mistakes. You know,
that's where he's immature.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. I really like it. It also made me feel stupid. I was like, damn, dude, I just figured out how to use my computer at fucking 22.
You're so smart though.
These kids are already like aware of how to do. Like,
I wish I was like smart like you.
I'm not smart at all.
You're so knowledgeable on so many different things. So don't give
I just know how.
Just because you can't fucking hack Kim K.
The only thing I know how to do is I just know how OBS works. Like I guess that's the pinnacle of my intelligence.
You know how to build a computer.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That and OBS is the pinnacle of my intelligence. You know what I mean? These kids are like capable of doing so many different things.
You could usually figure out what's wrong with your computer.
Sometimes.
You're pretty good at diagnosing.
Either way, before we get into the rest of the topics, I do have some packages from the P.O. Box. We have 4 packages. Reminder to anyone that wants to send us shit, because I do get these messages like pretty consistently where people are like, yo, what's your size and what's your address? Guys, our P.O. Box is in the description of all of our live streams. It's P.O. Box 3183 North Hollywood 91609. And every Friday I go to the P.O. Box and I grab whatever we have in there, and we open them up on 10 Talk. So today we have 4 packages, which I'm really excited to get into, but I'm going to get into them once Rylee gets here. Let's quickly open up the chat. I'm going to open it up on my phone because I don't want to put on my glasses because it's way too fucking hot in here and they just start fogging up instantly. So let's just see what you guys are saying in the chat right now through my via my phone. Okay, so what so using a computer, thank you so much, Harmonious mod. Yes, that's our PO box right there. Goofy ass headphones. I know, bro, these headphones are very clunky and shit. What are sizes? I'm large, Rylee's medium. Sometimes people ask for pants sizes. I'm 32 and Rylee, I think she said she was 6 or something like that. I need you to take 10 bong trips tonight. Oh fuck, we might do a night stream tonight. Yuriy, you smelly? No, I actually did take a shower today. Computer science finna pull up on Friday. Let's go. 10 Talks call-in show. X City Roland. We used to actually do that, and now that dude, I'm making it a mission to be as productive as possible the next like week or two to really get caught up on adding all the MP3 versions of the podcast to all the platforms, getting all the timestamps done, finding clips within the timestamps, because I'm sure we have hundreds of clips we can post from old podcasts I've never clipped up before. So like I'm about to really try to go crazy with the clips and get back to the or not back to, but just on daily uploading and shit like that. So either way, I'm trying to get on top of all that shit. But all right, let's get into the packages.
Let's get into it.
First package we have here is from Never Ending, and it's for Yuriy, and they spelled my name wrong. But it's fine because I have a strange name.
Never ending story.
Of what? Oh yeah, our names being spelled wrong? I'm used to it.
Did you ever watch the movie The Never Ending Story?
Oh no. Yeah, this says it's from Never Ending. Hopefully we'll have some more information inside. Oh god, I don't want to crush anything up. What is this? Oh. Hopefully we don't get someone's pills accidentally again. Speaking of which, shout out to Rylee for returning that to Hugo. Oh, we have a note in here. We have 2 notes. Let's open this thing up. Oh my god, this is okay, I thought it was 2 paragraphs. It's only 1. Hey Yuriy, it's Louis from Never Ending. I hope you enjoy these shirts. They're comfy and definitely would be good with those 730 shoes. If you could wear them during a Disconnected podcast, that'll be amazing. Just to send feedback from Blasey and the other hosts. Just whenever you get a chance to tag the brand, it's at Never Ending Clothes on IG. I will definitely be sending you a lot more stuff. This piece is just from Distracted Stars collection, and I wanted to just focus on creating different rations of stars or variations of stars. I didn't mention before. I think it says stars. Yeah, I didn't mention before. I'm a Mexican fashion designer from Brooklyn, New York, just trying to level up the game or come up in the game, I think. Thank you so much. Never Ending Clothes. Shout out to you guys. If you guys can, please show them some love. Wait, hold on.
Ooh,
wow, this looks
nice.
amazing. These are shorts.
So cool.
Dude, these are
stars.
sick. I really like these. These are fire.
Driven.
I know, bro. I really need shorts right now because it's so hot, and I have like a option of like 4 shorts that I wear right now.
Super cute.
These I'm definitely gonna make my to go, and I could definitely see myself wearing these on Disconnected. Thank you so much, man. Shout out to Never Ending for these star shorts. I really love them. Yeah, I love them too, right? I really like these stars. The stars, like, they don't look weird or anything. They look really nice. All right. You want to open up this one? Actually, hold on. This one's for you. It says Rylee on the package.
My first ever.
Well, shut up. That's not true. I told Rylee, I was like, you got a package.
Ooh, it's from White Tea.
She was like, this never happens. It does.
Personally, no. I think this is my first personal.
Really? Mm-hmm. No, I've definitely seen packages with Rylee on it.
No. Ooh.
Oh, it's a flannel. Damn.
Thank you.
Damn, it looks your size
so
too.
Cute.
Wow, we have to wait till it cools down though.
I can't wait to wear it.
I can't wait to wear it.
Super cute.
Shout out to fucking YT, man. Thank you so much, bro. That looks fire.
Super cute.
I love it.
My types of colors.
Really?
Earth tones.
I don't think I've seen. Yeah, definitely your types of tones. I've never seen you wear flannel though, so I'm excited.
I used to wear flannel.
Really? Mm-hmm. In the country? All right, so we have another package from YT. Thank you so much, man. Let's open this thing up. Oh fuck.
Are we gonna be twinning?
Nope. Ooh, a note. Make sure there's nothing in there. All right. This says, Yuriy and Rylee, appreciate you guys a ton. Seeing you guys rocking my stuff on stream was dope. Also, congrats on going a whole month with no alcohol.
Thank
Yay.
you.
And I respect that. Can't have been easy. Anyways, keep killing shit. Here's one of my tees/flannels from my last drop. Appreciate you guys. And his Instagram is at some white tees. And his name is Rob. Thank you so much, Rob. Shout out to some white tees.
Shout out to Rob.
Bro, the last stuff you guys gave me, I fucking love so much, man. Thank you guys so much. And this t-shirt looks fire, dude. What the hell? That looks sick.
Super nice.
Right? I like that, like, you know, what the fuck? It's like hella numbers in the background of this.
Codes.
And on top of it says, everything will be fine tomorrow. I fuck with that. That's cool. I like positive messages because sometimes I do think that, you know, it's kind of like a recurring trend in clothing to just like write.
No, angel numbers.
Oh, angel numbers?
With angels.
But I noticed it's like a recurring trend for like some clothing companies to like write depressing shit on their shirts, like sad forever, you know, dying tomorrow, you know what I mean, like already dead inside, you know, just like shit like that. And then sometimes like it is cool to wear, but then I have some shirts like that have like similar messages and I'll wear them and I'm like, do I really feel dead inside? Like, do I feel like dying tomorrow? It's like, no, I don't. It's like, why am I wearing this, you know? So I like the positive messages instead. Yeah, like everything will be fine tomorrow.
Some blessings.
Exactly. All right. Next thing we have is from Vanessa. I'm not sure if people want me to say their full name and last name, but shout out to Vanessa. Thank you so much. It says 10 Talks. When I first saw 10 Talks, I got scared. I was like, did we ship this to her and this is a return package? But no, this is to us. Okay. And it's not from Hugo. What the hell? Is there 2? Oh, shit. What is this?
What?
And there's a note in here. Okay, we have another package. I think that's everything. Okay, let's see what the... You want to read this one while I hit the joint?
Yo, what's good, Yuri? My name's Ness. Just wanted to share the brand with you. It's called Icy and Strands for Being Yourself. Sending you a toy figure, and some merch. The heart on the toy is removable, so you could put your spliffs on it. Haha.
Let's go.
Thought you'd fuck with it. Just getting started out here. Love the show and the streams. Keep crazy ideas coming. Much love, Ness.
Thank you so much, Ness.
By Icy Ness at Icy with 2 Y's, guys. .us. A little cozy cooler.
A cozy cooler. Some really interesting stickers. And shout out to everyone that sends us stickers because I throw them on our mini fridge and I just want to cover it up completely in stickers. This looks like a photo of some girl holding a star.
Cute.
And then I like this. I also like collecting unique looking pins, and we have a cool little pin right here.
This is so cool.
Thank you so much. What the fuck? This is so cool. It's like a little star holding a heart, and like she said, the heart is removable and you can put a joint in there.
That's fire.
That's so cool. Thank you so much. It's lonely for you only. Wow, I like that. I never heard that before. Lonely for you only. All right, let's go. This is definitely going up, either in the background or on the table or something. This is super cool. Thank you so much, Vanessa. Oh look, to from.
Oh, it's like a little ornament.
That I know. That's so cool. And what's the shirt say? I see. On the back, anything?
No.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank
Shout
you.
out Vanessa.
Yeah, shout out to Vanessa. I really like this figurine.
Yeah, I love the little toy. That's super cute.
Mm-hmm. You think it's an ornament? It kind of does look like an ornament, or it could
no,
be.
it's not an ornament. It's just a little toy figure, she said.
Turn it into one. I want to put a joint in its hands. That's so adorable.
I know.
But all right. That was all the packages. Thank you guys so much to everyone that sent us anything. Thank you so much, Vanessa. And did she have an @ or anything like that?
Yeah, I said it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't hear. And then also, this is another thing from Neverending Clothes. He said each piece is made by me. I cut and sew energy item. Oh, I cut and sew every item, except more items from me.
I don't know.
Exactly what?
Oh wait, her notes right here.
What was that again?
You could read it, cause I can't fucking read right now. My eyes are too low.
Her @ is BYICYYness. By iciness. So by iciness, BYICYYNESS. So 2 Y's, 2 S's. Thank you so much. And then her other @ is icy with 2 Y's, ICYY.US. Thank you so much, Vanessa. Appreciate you so much. Really cool shit.
Yeah.
Either way, another topic we have is something. This is Rylee and I used to like get topics from Drama Alert, but he posts like once a month now, so it's so inconsistent. But just before the podcast, I was curiously searching up Drama Alert to see what he posted, and we were watching it, and I did hear one piece of information that I did not know. Maybe people have already talked about this, but I didn't know this yet. I didn't hear this anywhere. We've seen the crazy fights between Blueface and her name is Rocky, I believe. Crisean Rocky. Where it's like one in front of a bowling alley. It happened again in a club or something like that. Then recently a video was released where she was sucking his toe, so they're on good terms again.
After eating a Slim Jim.
Oh, she was? Thankfully. But anyways.
Thankfully, though, I was like,
no, I'm saying thankfully they're on good terms again.
Oh yeah.
But either way, one thing I did not know is Blueface was scheduled to fight FaZe Temper. I have no idea who FaZe Temper is, but I know FaZe Clan is huge. That's like the biggest, streaming gaming team or whatever there is out there, or like just like YouTube or just a kind of like content creator company collaborating fucking people. I don't know what the fuck is the explanation for the team. I think it's a gaming team. Agency? I'm not sure if they only do gaming though. I think so. I think it's like a gaming team. But either way, FaZe Temper was supposed to fight Blueface. That video got released of Blueface and Rocky fighting in front of the bowling alley, and apparently they took Blueface off the card because of that, because you shouldn't be hitting girls. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, damn, I didn't know that. That's kind of crazy. She cost him a bag, Was
it really that big of a bag though?
well,
and
yeah, from what we know about the boxing shit, it's usually not too big of a bag. It's tiny.
Baby, I think Blueface is just fine without it.
Yeah, but also they pay you like I think they give you like a before and after payment. I don't
know what to even say about the relationship though.
I know, it's kind of crazy.
They just do it to each other.
He seems happy. You know what I mean, like with what's going on, like it's like
I don't know, it's so weird.
They need a reality show, dude. Like that would go crazy, right?
I know.
We the people watch that more than House of Dragons.
You think so?
Yeah, I think
that'll be the next big family, like more than the Kardashians.
I could see that happening. Like if Blueface just like signs to fucking that's MTV's return. It's gonna go from ridiculousness to Blue's house.
They cannot be punching each other up on the show though.
No, okay, that's true, but just the drama, you know what I mean? Every day the toe sucking, the private flights. Yeah, exactly. I feel like
I'm just like, what the
everyone
fuck?
would watch
How do you eat a Slim Jim and then want to suck on a toe? She's down.
I don't know. Sometimes we eat some crazy dinners and then have funky time afterwards. And I'm just like, we just ate spicy super triple nacho tacos.
Shut up. Yeah, right.
And now we're doing all this. Like, it's kind of crazy. I'm joking.
I'm joking.
Either way, other topic, random little topic I have listed here is the Ten Talks tees. We talked about it before, how the website's live, tentalksla.com. You guys can purchase the Ten Talks tees indefinitely now.
Yay.
I already placed an order with Blasey, so everyone that had ordered a shirt, I'm just waiting for Rylee and I to get them. So for everyone that's ordered the past, because it's only been up for like less than 2 weeks, for everyone that's ordered the past 2 weeks, we'll be getting your shirts soon and sending them out very soon as well. But I'm ordering more shirts than people have ordered, so for the next future orders, we can just ship them out immediately, way quicker or whatever it is. So, but on the website it does say allow 4 to 6 weeks to ship. I've had like 1 or 2 people DM me asking like, where's my order or whatever it is, and I've had to reply to them saying like, yo, the website says like allow 4 to 6 weeks to ship because we got to order the shirts and all that stuff. But I'm ordering like way more shirts so that we could just get them done. Yeah, like I just keep sending them out type thing. But either way, the tentalksla.com website is available though if you guys want to grab some of those tees. And Rylee and I are working on getting the shot glasses done and some more stuff done as well.
Let's go.
So we're super excited. I was gonna bring this up during the whole Russia conversation, but I forgot to bring it up. Since we're talking about Russia, should we pour up another shot?
Oh my god.
A little half ski.
Okay.
Okay, so number one, I have a lot to say about this, so get ready for an earful. Number one, Rylee and I have talked about this before on 10 Talks about all the companies taking their business out of Russia because of what Russia has done to Ukraine. Number one, I agree. What Russia is doing to Ukraine and what Russia has done to a lot of other, countries next to it and areas next to it is very fucked up. And also a lot of Russian people, actual Russian citizens that live there would also agree that it's fucked up, and they disagree with what the government is doing. You know what I mean? Like, and that's like a big topic of conversation when you talk about the Russian people is like, you can't hold the people accountable for what their government is doing. You know what I mean? Like, our government does a bunch of shady shit. Are we cool with the opiate epidemic? Are we cool with, like all the, no abortion shit? Like, are we cool with all this stuff that's happening? No, we hate it. But it's like, we can't do anything about it. It's like, you can't say all Americans hate abortion. All Americans want to flood the market with opiates and, make people overdose on fentanyl and all this stuff. It's like, no, we don't. It's like, we're just dealing with these issues because of our government.
1000%.
So it's just like, same thing with a lot of the Russian people. They don't agree with the fuck's going on, but, the Russian government, it is its own thing, and they're kind of crazy or whatever it is. But either way, a lot of companies have taken their business out of Russia, like McDonald's, for example. Like, so many companies have taken their business out of Russia, and they say like, oh, we don't support what they're doing to Ukraine, so we're doing this. Number one, don't believe it. These companies, they don't give a fuck. They don't care about people. They don't care about the livelihood of Ukrainian people. They don't care about any Ukrainian people. They just want their business to continue in the countries in which they have the strongest alliances. If McDonald's doesn't do this here, they might either lose business in the United States and every other country that kind of, thinks the opposite way. And also they might have some sanctions they got to deal with, or fines or whatever it is. To them, it was a smarter decision just to be like, hey, we're going to take our business out of Russia to preserve our businesses here. You know what I mean? So, that's the only reason why they did any of that stuff, not because they actually care. But McDonald's, like I said, took their business out of Russia, and then also Starbucks also took their business out of Russia. Russia is doing this interesting move right now where they're like, okay, you guys are taking your business out of our countries. Okay, we're going to sell your exact product under a slightly different name, and fuck you guys. And what is McDonald's going to do to Russia? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yes, it's not exactly Russia doing it. It kind of is, but it's like private companies within Russia. But it's like, is McDonald's going to try to sue them and try to
they could
handle this in some sort of Russian?
I don't think it's worth their time.
It's not going to work out for them. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just not going to happen. It's like, it's basically like trying to, if like North Korea starts selling fucking fake Blasey merch, is Blasey going to be able to sue someone in North Korea or North Korea? No.
It's
you know what I mean?
Different.
It's like impossible. It's like, and so
biggest franchises.
True. They have more money, but even they're not strong enough to fucking take on a country. What are they going to do? Send McDonald's military in there? You know what I mean? To take their businesses back or something like that? Like, they can't do anything. So right now we're
but McDonald's was strong enough to make a statement where they were like, we're not having any part of Russia.
I don't think it's a strong statement. I think it's like it was their only option. They were just like, more of our businesses are located in the United States and all these other countries that oppose these, what Russia is doing compared to how many businesses we have in Russia. So let's do the thing that's good for our business. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I don't think they actually are like putting their foot down, going, "We care about Ukraine, so we're doing this." I
don't think
100% doubt that.
But I don't know what I was trying to say.
But the thing I was gonna bring up is, so McDonald's used to operate in Russia. They left, and now Russia has this thing called Kusnaya Tochka. Yes, it's a different name, and in English it translates to tasty period or delicious period, and like not like delicious comma period. You know what I mean?
That's
like
what I mean.
Yeah,
tasty like period.
Exactly, but it can sound weird if you say it without the comma, I guess. But anyways, the name is different, but all their items are the same. There's YouTube videos of people going to the restaurant in Russia already, and it's the same pictures. They're reusing the pictures. They're reusing the ketchup packages. They're just crossing out the M's on the ketchup packages with Sharpie markers. Like, they're just showing a giant middle finger, saying like, "Hey, we're gonna take your copyright. You can't do anything about it." And now I realize that they did the same things to Starbucks coffee. Instead of Starbucks coffee, they have Stars coffee, and it's all the same items, all the same machines that they purchased from Starbucks, but now Starbucks has no way of retrieving it. So they're like, we're keeping these machines and we're going to run these businesses in our way. It's kind of crazy.
I know.
But it's also funny. I don't know. It's just like, we're in such a, like,
they're going to somebody's going to have to do it. So
I know.
They're going to need their coffee somehow. They're going to need their fast food chain.
But also, shout to No Fuckers, Roman. He made a good point where he's just like, yes, he like it's like understandable where Russia could be bitter and they're just like, fuck you or whatever it is. But then also it's like Russia's constantly doing this thing where I've noticed this when my parents would watch Russian TV. All their most popular shows are copies of American shows. All their celebrities copy how American celebrities act. They're heavily influenced by American culture. They love American culture. Now they refuse to admit it. They used to, actually admit it, but now they're like, we hate America, but act like Americans and, do all the same thing Americans do, such as Starbucks, McDonald's, enjoy all the same things and want the same things. But now they're doing this thing where like they're not even able to make their own successful companies. They gotta steal shit from America. And then Roman's like bringing up, he's like, dude, like we're gonna enter some sort of like weird future where everywhere you look is just it's like just a scuffed version of America or of the rest of the country, the rest of the world. It's like you're not walking through Russia seeing Russian brands and Russian companies. You're walking through the world saying like these are just like kind of like, it's like going through Costco and instead of saying Cocoa Puffs, you see like fucking Koo Puffs. And you're just like, it's like the whole world yes, the whole world is just like that, and it's like kind of depressing. You're just like, bro, everything's fake.
The KFC too.
No, yeah, they have like fake KFC out there, bruh. It's insane. But let's take the shots too. We never even took the shots. I already finished the whole conversation.
Like I said, they're all like the Russian people still need their coffee and they still need their fast food.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel bad. I feel like, I don't know, it's like, dude, I want to go back to Russia and just like visit it and just like see my family members and see like, my old places of like where I used to hang out, when I visited, I guess, or where I was born and all that stuff. And but it's like it feels like impossible now. Especially it feels like it's getting worse and worse.
Well, you never know what could change in 2 years.
True. All right. Well, let's hope for the best.
Exactly.
Cheers. You poured me a big shot. You got a tiny one.
I'm sabotaging you.
Last topic I have, I think, on my list is the fact that California has passed the law. When did we get legalized? In 2012, I think.
I think later, right?
I think it was like
2014.
It was 20. Can you look it up real quick? It was like around 2012.
Was it?
Almost 10 years later, after legalization of recreational use of marijuana, California finally passes a law allowing non-federal workers to smoke off the clock. So that basically means that if you're working at, Target or McDonald's or a small business or like a mattress store, like anything that's like not associated with the government, it doesn't get any federal money or of any sort. Like if you work for one of those like private, small, not private, but like like non-federal companies, you're allowed to actually smoke off the clock, and if you test positive for weed, they can't fire you.
Recreational use of marijuana became legal in California on January 1st, 2018.
2018?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I thought it was way before.
Recreational use.
So, never mind. I was kind of making a big deal about how long it's been. I feel like it was like a way longer before. I think that's when the medical card thing came out, and that's when we were able to get medical cards. But even that's a good argument there. Is like we've had these medical cards for so long, people would have to go through the whole process of actually proving like, don't fire me, this is a medical thing or whatever it is. But it's like, I don't know. It's like, it's kind of like, it's like, I'm glad this law came out that you could actually smoke off the clock and not get in trouble for it.
I've said this so many times on here, but it's literally like having a beer at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not as harmful at all.
How many, yes.
Smoking a joint is not as harmful as drinking.
100%.
I feel like, to your body.
No, 100%. But it's like, yes, it's inappropriate. Like not that, but yes, it's inappropriate. But there's definitely been work environments we've all had where you show up and you tell the manager, you have a cool relationship with the manager or your coworkers. You're just like, yeah, man, hungover as fuck. Like today's gonna be a rough day. It's like that's normal. You know what I mean? Like people are just like, at least you're here on time and you're doing your job. It's like, you're not slacking off or whatever. It's like that's kind of like the level of requirement. Actually do your job normally and show up on time. But if you're hungover or whatever it is, it's like we all have those nights. Same thing about weed. It's like why are you not allowed to be like, yeah, I'm fucking, I ate 1,000 milligrams on stream last night. I'm still fucked up.
I'm still fucked up, you.
It's fine though.
I'm excited for that. How much money have they wasted on drug tests?
Dude, but also apparently Phil DeFranco is talking about how they have a new drug test where it tests your saliva to see if you test your blood or urine, it's like, yes, you've smoked, but it means you've smoked in the past month, which, that's not helpful. If you test your saliva, it tells you that you've smoked within the past like certain amount of time, even couple hours. So he was saying that they might implement like spit tests, which is just like, bro, fuck you. I'm spitting on the floor and walking out.
Probably for like drivers.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was there was like a lot of exemptions. Federal workers, people who like get money from the federal government, like actual government, construction workers, any people who obviously work with heavy machinery, drivers, obviously. It's like there's a lot of people excluded. But then also, even with the drivers, it's like, when are we going to pay attention to the studies about how weed does not affect your driving skills at all? And there's actually many studies, or actually like a couple, that prove that weed makes your driving better. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many studies that prove that weed does not affect your driving at all. It's like,
I could see where it may space you out a little bit.
It could space you out, but like the one thing I saw in one of the studies was like, it adds, a potential little layer of anxiety where you're more careful. You know what I mean? Where you're like, oh God, like I really got to be careful on the road. And sometimes when people are stoned, they drive slower instead of faster. When you're drunk, you're like, oh, whatever. But when you're stoned, it might be 25 miles per hour on the speed limit, but you're going 15. You're just like, I'm chilling. It's just like, it makes you a safer driver usually. And also, the main thing is it does not make you a worse driver. Where beer and alcohol, it shows that even after one beer you have impaired driving skills, impaired motor skills or whatever it is. Like weed, yes, your motor skills may be impaired, but there's studies that shows that it doesn't affect your driving, or at least to a level where it's dangerous. Yeah,
I agree.
I don't know, I feel like I drive better faded, 100%.
Yeah, I feel like I'm fine.
It's
sometimes I'll feel like fuck.
Really?
Get a little anxiety on the freeway.
What's funny is
it's crowded.
I remember when I was like 18, when I first got my very first car. It was like a Toyota Tacoma, like a 2-door Toyota Tacoma. And at that time, I don't think I had a job yet. Actually, no, I did have a job, but it was the weekend, so I was just like driving around. And I remember usually I would drive around faded, or whatever it is. But I remember this day I was like, I'm not going to smoke. Like, I'm going to smoke, like, way later when I meet up with my homie or whatever it is. Like, I'm just not going to smoke. I'm going to be sober for this, like, because I had to drive, like, a certain distance. I was like, I'm going to be sober for this trip. And then I was driving completely sober. Everything's fine. And then someone rear-ended me. And I was just like, of course. I was like, the fucking...
I'm sober.
I was like, the one day, like, I'm sober. Someone fucking rear-ends me or whatever it is.
Wow.
Yeah. But... second time.
You just have bad luck with that shit, huh?
Remember we were talking to my dad?
You haven't told me this story.
Remember we were talking to my dad?
I know.
And dude, I told my dad, I was like, I was like, fuck, man, 4th time I've been rear-ended. You know what I mean? This shit's fucked. Like, I feel like something's going on. My dad's like, 4. He's like, I've been rear-ended 55 times. I was like, bro, we've lived in America for 25 years. You've been hit 2 times a year for the past 25 years.
He drives a lot, though. For work.
Yeah, that's true, actually. That's very true. Where my mom has had many different jobs. Every single one of my mom's jobs is an office job where she sits in an office all day, every day, right? My dad, on the other hand, every single job he's had has been like delivering car parts. It's always been like my dad has to drive far distances. You know what I mean? Like, that's always been a thing. So my dad's spent like also on top of it, like my dad knows like the streets of LA like the back of his fucking hand. It's fucking crazy. Like, my dad does not need a GPS at all. You know what I mean? Like he has this like thing with my mom where my mom is not like my dad. She doesn't know the roads like that, right? So my mom relies on GPS. And there's been like hella moments where my mom's like following the GPS. My dad calls and he's just like, you know, where are you? Like, what's going on? And she's like, oh, I'm on this road, like, you know, going here. And he's just like, why are you going this way? Like, go this way, this way. Like those are the wrong streets. And then so many times, like, just like my dad just knows, you know, like what time certain streets are packed and all that. Like, it's kind of impressive. I like it.
My mom's the same way. Like,
really?
When I was growing up, and she would have to pick me up from like a friend's house, she'd be like, what's her address? I'm just like, Mom, how are you gonna like find where I am just knowing her address? And she would just like figure out her way, because she would always be like, what street do I turn on? Like, what's the cross streets? And I would never know how to like explain it to her like good enough. And she would like figure out her way somehow.
Google Maps?
No, she never did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's just crazy like that.
Dude, I remember
we have such a smaller city than Los Angeles.
I'm only 4 years older than you, but do you have any memories of like being on a trip with your parents where they have to take out the big unfoldable map and be like, we're right here, blah blah? You never.
We would do MapQuest.
MapQuest. I remember MapQuest. I used to do that too. That was in the future, but I remember when I was really young, I would see my parents like with the giant map on the dashboard arguing about where they are. You know what I mean? Like, no, we're right here. No, we're on this tiny road. Like, we're supposed to go here, blah, blah, blah. It's like, they'd be fucking arguing, like, you know, just like pointing their fingers at this giant fucking map. And after so many trips, it has holes in it and shit or whatever it is. Like, I actually remember that. It's crazy.
I feel like I didn't do that many road trips growing up.
Really?
Yeah, oh, like my mom never like went on trips at all. Like, my dad would go on trips with us, but like, we'd go to basic places like San Diego, where my aunt lived, and stay with her. Disneyland, where it's like he wouldn't need a map for that.
No, we would go camping. That's what we would do. We would go like sleep in tents and like, or the car. I liked sleeping in the car way more. That shit was way better than fucking tents. Cause like tents, like you realize like you're sleeping on the like there's like
the ground.
There's like this little nylon thin sheet separating you from the ground. Yeah, it is kind of a cool experience and it's fun, but like at the end of the day, you're like, bro, this shit's lumpy as fuck, and like,
get me in the car.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather fucking just sleep in the fucking car, dude. I remember my sisters would always do that.
They would go pass out in the car.
No, yeah, they would just like choose to sleep in the car. Just be like, yeah, I'll sleep in the car, and I was just like, no, it's cooler to sleep in the tent. But no. It really wasn't. That shit was fucking ass.
Your mom would tell you that.
What?
It's so cool.
Well, my parents probably just like used to it. They don't even fucking care.
No, they would tell you that so you loved it.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah,
oh, you just believe? Yeah, that's true. As a kid, like, dude, honestly, it's like whenever I hang out with my nieces, you know what I mean, like, or anyone just like around the age of 5, I guess, or younger, it's like they don't have this like negative attitude towards anything. Really. Yes, there are some kids like that actually, but like usually kids like have a mostly positive attitude towards anything. You know what I mean? You're just like, hey, we're gonna go do this, and they're just like, let's go. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? And they'll find a stick along the road and be like, cool stick, and like it's just like they're just hyped on everything. And just like I get jealous. I'm like, dude, like, why am I like, you know, like, why am I not like that? Like, why am I not just excited just to be, you know, like, even if a kid is standing in like a 1 hour fucking Six Flags line where you got to go on a ride, they're fucking swinging on the pole. They don't even care. They're not even thinking like, oh, I have 55 more minutes to wait. They're just like, hey, let's go. Like, what is there to do here? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I'm like, I get jealous of that mentality where you're just like, you're just trying to have a good time. Yeah. You're not trying to like, I don't know. It's weird.
They're just experiencing everything for the first time too.
That's the thing. It's like you're experiencing everything for the
like being at the beach.
That's actually, we were all once that kid in line not giving a fuck. both stood in so many lines in our life that were like, bruh, fuck this shit. This is the worst thing
about Express.
Exactly. Get me out of this bitch, bro. This is the worst thing of my life.
Order ahead.
I think, you know what it is? Also, I think it's like once you realize like how short your day is. You know what I mean? Like, I still remember the day.
So sad.
It's weird the things you remember in life, because I still remember the day my sisters explained to me that on Cartoon Network, like, you know how they have different shows or whatever, like Courage the Cowardly Dog, and then Johnny Bravo, and then some other thing. My sisters explained to me that every episode is 30 minutes long. And I remember as a kid, the episodes felt like they flew by. You know what I mean? I was just like, yeah, I just watched 10 episodes of this or whatever. Like, I like eating popcorn. Like, I don't care. But then I remember my sisters, like, at one point, they were like telling me to get out of the house. And I was just like, yeah, like, let me just watch like these 4 more episodes or something like that. And then my sisters was like, Yuri, you're going to be here for 2 more hours and the sun's going to set by then. And I was just like, what do you mean like 2 more hours? Just 4 more episodes. I was like, it's just 4. And they're like, no, each episode's 30 minutes long. It's going to time, you know, the clock's going to, I mean, the sun's going to set by this time or whatever. Like, you're going to be here for another 2-3 hours watching this shit. And like, I remember like as a kid, you realize like I have a limited amount of time in a day. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be more careful with what you spend your time on, not waiting in lines for an hour just to go on a ride.
The days just keep getting shorter and shorter.
It's scientifically proven. You saw that article about how like
we lost another hour.
No. It's like how the Earth is spinning like 1 second faster.
Yeah.
But the article is so misleading. Like, I hate, dude. I feel like it used to be more common back in the day where the KTLA 5 or just some random news source would just fucking see some new scientific fact and they would just
blow it up.
misrepresent it completely. You know what I mean? And that's one of those examples where you see the article saying the Earth is spinning 1 second faster, and it makes you think like 1 second faster every week or every month or like every year. It's like, what's going on? Like, you know, time's flying or whatever. But no, it says that scientists have been keeping track of the Earth's rotation since 1940 or 1950, and from 1950 to 2022, it now spins 1 second faster. So it's taken almost like 100 years, you know, like less than 100 years to make it spin 1 second faster. It's not noticeable. We're not going to notice this. But also, it made me think like a million years in the future, you know what I mean? If there's people still here, if like civilization somehow continues, their days will be shorter. You know what I mean? They actually will have like way shorter days than us. It's kind of crazy.
Well, we're fucking lucky.
I know. But then also it made me think like, if this is happening now, what if this has been a reoccurring trend? Like, what if they say civilization only goes back like 5,000 years, but Graham Hancock says like it goes back hundreds of thousands of years. What if the people from 250,000 years ago, like, they actually had a significantly noticeable longer day, where they actually had like 30 hours in a day instead of 24, and that's why you're able to build the pyramids. You know what I mean? Like, we're fucking stuck with less time. I don't know.
Dun, dun, dun.
Either way, we've gone through all of our topics.
Getting to the end of the day. I don't have to go to work tomorrow. It's
oh yes, you don't. I just
tomorrow.
remember that. Oh yay!
I'm so excited,
dude. I wanted to bring this up last episode of 10 Talks where Rylee, you talked about this last episode where you're like feeling stressed because you've been feeling like you spend all day every day at work, and you're like, I have like, just to me personally, you come home and be like, dude, like, this sucks. Like, I come home, it's already 9 o'clock and I gotta cook dinner and do this and do that, like, or whatever. It's like I don't have enough time in the day. And I remember like thinking like I would complain to you, telling you that that's how I felt. You know what I mean? Like when I was like working full time, and I was just like,
I don't want to seem ungrateful though. Like,
no, exactly.
I'm super grateful that I even have a job.
No, exactly.
That like gives me that much hours.
Exactly. Consistent hours and all that stuff.
Especially right now where everything's like so crazy.
No, for a lot.
So I'm really thankful for that. And every adult, especially like when you're grinding in your like 20s.
That's the time you grind.
To go through this. So I'm just speaking out loud, and I'm not trying to like. No.
Like not complaining. But it's like.
But it's
you feel the stress of like the lack of time, and I was feeling guilty when you were saying that, because I was like, I left the full-time position like 3-4 months ago, and now I focus full-time on other things, but I don't feel that like kind of like stress because I'm home all day now. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel that stress of like just getting home like at this time or whatever. Didn't have time to do this because I do have time to do it really now, and I was just like feeling bad, like damn, now Rylee has this stress on her, the same stress I was having. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's different, I guess.
Just know that's why I be stressed.
That's why I be stressed. Do we ever give an update on your stress spot?
My stress spot?
How it's back? Completely regrown?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my bald spot.
We never talked about... I don't think we ever gave an update. We talk about the bad news, not the good.
So, like, I don't remember when. I think, like, over a year ago now.
A lot of people probably don't even know about it happening.
One day, like, a year ago, I came home from the gym, had my hair up in a bun, and I was walking upstairs. Yuriy points out, like, babe, like, what happened to your hair? And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, don't say that to me. I thought he was trolling me. And I was like, what? Like, don't say that. He's like, I think you burnt your hair off on your curling iron.
That's like, what I thought immediately.
And so
I'm
like grasping at it because I know, like, if I burnt it off, it's going to be, like, a chunk off.
Mm-hmm.
Not, like, my whole thing. And then I, like, started feeling my head. And I just felt straight, like, a big-ass bald spot.
And it was, like, smooth. Like, not even tiny
like
hairs. It was, like...
baby skin.
It was, like, yeah, just nothing.
Bald. And, like, Yuriy took a picture, and it was, like, 2 big chunks of hair gone. And I was, like, freaking out. I was melting. I was like, we have to go to the hospital. Like, I think I'm sick. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
And so I went to, like, the emergency room, and, like, they were saying, have you been going through, like, some stressful times? And I was like, yeah, I think so.
Your grandma had just
My grandma just passed. I was switching jobs, like, totally different career paths.
Mm-hmm.
A lot was just going on. And I think that's just, like, why my hair suddenly just, like, fell out. But now it's, like...
Regrown.
It's regrown.
It's not even, you can't
even tell, like, it was bald.
Yeah,
There was a bald spot, but, it's really short. You can kind of see right here.
The
it's
length
like to right here.
compared to everything else.
Isn't that crazy?
But now it's back. And I was telling Rylee the whole time,
My
right?
hair grew fast.
The whole process, Rylee was like, I need to go to the hospital and get those boost shots because they have some shots that help boost it or whatever, all that stuff. One thing I've learned in life, the injections. One thing I've learned in life is, like, there's never, like, anything that has a shortcut to it always has, like, a downfall to it at the end. And the thing with the downfall thing is like a lot of people don't have the foresight or the patience or, like, kind of like, not the patience, but, like, they don't have the foresight to realize, like, oh, by doing this right now, I will suffer in the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of people have the thing where they're like, fuck it, don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, you know, like, I'll be okay. And, like, I'm invincible. Like, nothing will happen, whatever. They don't actually realize, like, later in the future, you're really going to look like this now, or this is really going to happen to you. You know what I mean? Like, or whatever it is. And, like, and I don't know I haven't done my research, but I was telling Rylee the whole time, I was like, dude, just be patient. Let's try to live, you know, more stress-free lives and, you know, argue less and do all this other stuff. And it hopefully it'll, like, you know, regrow back or whatever. And, like, and Rylee's like, I need the injections or whatever, all this stuff. And I was just like, you don't do it. And aren't you glad you didn't do it?
Yeah, I'm glad.
Because we don't know what it is, but I'm sure there's always some, like, downfalls to it where it says, like, the hair will be thinner, or it can fall out in the future when you get older, or it can be a different, I don't know, shade of color, and I'll match the rest of your hair. I don't know. Some shit will be off, dude. I just always feel like that.
I'm happy it grew back.
Me too.
And I'm happy it wasn't in the front. But I have noticed that my hairline is kind of getting fucked.
What about me?
You're good. You're solid.
No, Russians are infamous for the Vegeta.
Your dad has good hair.
That's true to this day. But also, when Rylee and I first got together, I remember there was a couple times we were, like, laying, you know, and Riley's, like, scratching my head, and she goes, like, oh, babe, I found a gray hair. And I'm just like, no way, and it'll be one gray hair, and I'll be freaking out. The other day, I was just, like, looking in the mirror, and I really looked closely, and I was just like, oh my God, there's one, there's two, wait, what? And then I was like, I have gray hair everywhere, dude.
Should we dye
it? Bro, I feel crazy that I have to dye my hair to look young at fucking 28.
Young as fuck.
Bro, this is depressing. I got arthritis. My hair is turning gray.
It's okay. I had a bald spot.
Like, I should start planning the funeral now, dude. This is over.
Don't say that.
It's all crumbling. My body's crumbling away.
Really?
I need to skate while I still can.
Can you stop?
For real.
Go skate. It's 108 degrees though.
I'm doing it, bro.
Go.
We're skating tomorrow in 108-degree weather.
That's a stream.
Well, is it? My phone's gonna overheat and I won't be able to stream because that actually does happen. Yeah, actually no, you're right. That's definitely possible. You're right. I can get a heat stroke. I don't know. This shit's scary, bro. My whole head is turning gray. I'm not gonna.
That's not true.
I'm not gonna dye it brown or black or whatever my hair color is. I'd rather dye it something dumb, like purple
Dumb.
or pink. Dumb.
Let's make it dumb.
What color would you personally choose?
Pink. Can we please do pink finally?
Really?
But we have to cut it first.
Like how?
Like nice. Cut it nice. Let's
Like a
have
fade?
Ezzo make it nice.
Like a fade? But I was talking about this with the chat the other day. I want Ezzo to cut my hair, but I want him to be blindfolded, and like he has to take shots.
Can he cut it long and then fix it after and make it nice so we can dye it? And that's
Really?
another stream.
You don't want me to look dumb? I don't know. Okay, well I'm down to do a hair dyeing stream sometime in the future. We gotta make the hair dyeing unique though. Like we should dye my hair in like Beverly, like Rodeo Drive has like a fountain. You know, we should dye it in the fountain and use the fountain water.
No, I'm not trying to get arrested.
Can you get arrested for dyeing your hair in a fountain?
It's chemicals, and you're gonna dye the water.
Is that like, I don't know.
Color the
I feel like that would be a ridiculous thing to arrest a man for. I'm just trying to dye my hair here.
No, they will. They don't give a fuck.
They'll find some reason. All right, well, guys, we're gonna wrap up the podcast here, and then we're gonna take like a 5 or 10 minute break, and then get into the after show immediately after for like 20-30 minutes. We used to do the after shows as a part of the streams, but now it just makes more sense to do it in a whole separate stream. So huge shout out and thank you to every single. I look so tiny.
After, are you possibly down after we're done with the after show to do this last Spliff Talks?
Oh yes.
So we could watch the reunion.
Are they down?
I'm ass.
Okay, I'm down.
Because we still haven't watched it.
Okay, and we might do the Spliff Talks after, and then also, you know what else I'm excited for is a new episode of House of Dragon.
Me too.
Me too. All right, well, thank you guys so much to every single person who's joined this episode of 10 Talks. If you guys can, please drop a like, please drop a comment, and also subscribe if you guys aren't subscribed already. We're less than 500 subscribers away from 25K.
Hit the bell notification so you know when we're live, because Yuriy goes live like all the time randomly.
Yes.
And if you don't, I mean, follow him on Instagram, obviously. But if you don't, and you don't know when he goes live, that will help you a lot. It'll notify you.
You have to click like notification bell, and you have to click notify on everything. But I heard that even that like sometimes doesn't help, but that definitely does help. But also, thank you guys so much. Have a good night, guys. Oh my God, I was supposed to record this podcast, and I forgot to record this podcast too.
I'm gonna make sure.
Please remind me. Now I have to download this one as well. But all right. I need to record.
No.
All right. Wait, hold on. Let me also open up this thing. All right. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you guys in like